Well, perhaps he does belong with her. Little Miss Living, with her rosy cheeks and beating heart. Save me.
Alright guys, let's go ahead and get started. So first I'm going to be priming my face with the Nivea Men Post Sensitive Shave Balm. Even though we are doing Halloween makeup, we still want to prime to protect our skin and keep the makeup on all night long. Now for my foundation, I want it to be super light. So I'm going to be taking this Fantasy Makeup palette from Wet n Wild, and I'm going to be taking the white cream shade. And then I'm going to be getting a lighter foundation than I typically use. And I'm going to be mixing these two together on a makeup palette and applying that all over my face with a damp beauty blender. It's not really necessary to add the white cream paint in with the lighter foundation. I want to do it because I want my face super white. The way that I made this tutorial, I did it so that way you have these supplies already. You don't have to buy them. I tried to use things that you would already have. So like I said, the white paint is not necessary, but you know me, I'm a little extra. Now that I'm looking like Casper, I'm going to be taking the Airspun translucent setting powder and setting my entire face because I'm not going to be going in with any more cream products. I'm just going to be using eyeshadows. Say that this is your Halloween costume, you can definitely drag it down more on your neck as well as your arms and your shoulders. I didn't want to do that just for the sake of the tutorial. I was going to take it off right after, but by all means go ahead, put the white paint all over your body. So I know I said I wasn't going in with any more cream products, but I'm going to be taking this fake scar kind of cream product that I got from, I believe it was Walgreens. I'm not sure. I'll link it down below. But I'm going to be putting this kind of messily all over my face just to create kind of blood patches, if you will. To be honest, that last step was probably unnecessary, but I don't know. I was just playing around. Now I'm going to start on the eyes, and I'm going to be taking the Too Faced Stardust palette by Vegas Nay, and I'm going to be taking the shade Double Tap on a Wet n Wild just kind of eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to be focusing this underneath my eyes to give sort of a bruising effect, and then I will drag it on my lids as well, repeating the step on both eyes. Now with that same eyeshadow brush, I'm going to be taking the shade Follow Me, which is kind of a brighter purple, and I'm going to be focusing this underneath my eyes. There is no specific technique to this eye look or this look in general. I was just kind of being super messy, to be honest with you. I was just making it up as I went, and I really love how it came out. But you will see me kind of looking confused in some parts, but it's just because I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And as you will see, I'm kind of tapping it on my forehead as well, just to give me a sort of tired, bruised, dead look. While I'm here by my nose, I'm going to be taking the excess product left on my brush. Now I'm going to be contouring my nose with it. I'm not going to blend it out like you typically would when you are contouring your nose. I'm going to leave it sort of harsh looking and, again, bruised. I'm going to be using the word bruised a lot in this video. Now I'm going to be taking the shade Double Tap again and just deepening up any areas where I feel need to be darker. With that same blending brush, I'm going to be taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm going to be taking the shade Venetian Red, and I'm going to be focusing this just underneath my eyes to give my eyes sort of a sickly look to them. Now to darken up my eyes a bit more, I'm going to be taking that matte black shade called Sin City on the same blending brush. I'm just going to be using the same brush basically because I'm just making it look messy anyway, so it really doesn't matter. I'm going to be focusing this just mostly on my lids and then blending it out upwards, but I'm not really going to be putting the black underneath my eyes. Now that I have black on my brush, this is where I can add my detail. I'm going to be darkening up my contour on my nose and then just putting black in areas where I want to look more bruised. So you'll see me putting on my forehead and some on my chin and then just blending it out slightly with my finger. Again, we don't have to be too precise with the blending. Now going back into the Modern Renaissance palette, I'm going to be taking the shade Love Letter and putting this underneath my eyes on top of Venetian Red because I really want my eyes to look sickly and almost like there's blood stains underneath is the best way I can describe it. Just deepening up it a little more and then putting it in the inner corner of my eyes as well. Now I'm going to be taking the Marc Jacobs Highliner Gel Crayon and the number 42 black. Any gel crayon or black eyeliner will work. And I'm going to be tight lining with this and then just doing a simple line. I'm not going to do a wing or anything crazy. I'm just finishing putting on these dramatic lashes that I picked up from the Halloween store. You could put any type of lashes that you want. I just think lashes make any look, zombie or not. I always have lashes on. Now I'm going to be contouring my cheekbones, giving them a skeleton effect. I'm going to be taking the matte black shade from the Stardust palette called Sin City. As you can see, it's super pigmented, and I had a hard time blending this out. I don't know why. Dark shades are hard to blend out to begin with, especially black. So I would suggest going in with a brown shadow first and then working your way up to the black. It worked out in the end, just kind of, I wish I would have done a different color first. As you can see, I'm dragging the shadow towards my mouth and making a fish face because I really want my cheekbones to be super sunken in, super hollow. Now I'm going to be taking Double Tap again, and I'm going to be using this as my blush, and then I'm going to be dragging it on my neck to give it, again, more bruising effect, more blood stains. Here I'm just dipping into the black, stippling it on my neck, all over my face, again to giving it that bruising effect. Now I'm going to be going back into the Modern Renaissance palette, taking the shade Venetian Red, and I'm going to be putting this around my mouth to give it the blood-stained look to it, and then I'll be putting this on my forehead as well. If anything, me putting the red made me look a little bit more sickly than anything. I mean, around my mouth, I did look like it had more of a blood-stained look. I gotta use a different word than blood-stained, but you guys get what I'm talking about. Now I'm going to be mixing all the shades, which is the black and the purple and then the burgundy shade as well. And just, again, putting it all over my face, giving it that bruised, suffocated look. Oh, that's a new one. Okay, suffocated look. I don't know. I mean, there's only so much I could say in this video because first, it's pretty self-explanatory, but it's just repeating steps. If anything, it's just kind of deepening up things and giving more detail. For lips, I'm going to be taking the Too Faced liquid lipstick in the shade Lady Balls and then just taking my finger and smearing it down my neck and on my chin as well. My lips are a little too bright for my liking, so I'm going to tone it down. And I'm going to be using all the shades that I used above, so the burgundy shade, the black, and the purple, and putting this on my lips, focusing it just on the center, and then blending it out. For the rest of this look, it's really all up to you, putting in how much detail you want, how much bruising, how much blood stains. Here's what really makes this look. I actually showed you the vampire blood, but I didn't end up using it because when I opened it, it was super watery and it did nothing for me. So I'm actually going to be taking this lip gloss from Anastasia called Venom. I know, super appropriate. I just really love because it's a thicker gloss and super sticky that it made it look realistic, and you see me blending it out, kind of having it as it's dripping out of my mouth. And that, guys, completes this look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my first Halloween tutorial. And if you guys want to see more, don't forget to leave me a comment down below. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to follow my social media, and I will see you guys on my next one. Bye.